Hello and welcome to Vinsloev Academy. So in this video we're going to look at how we can make a file integrity checker using Python. So to illustrate what this actually is, we'll head over to this web page. So what we want to achieve with this script is to check that the files that we have downloaded or that we have previously downloaded has not been corrupted or interrupted with. So somebody has changed something in it since we downloaded it. And if you go to most download pages today, you will be able to see that they have added a sum value. So if we click this, we can actually see the SHA-256 sum SHA value, which is this number right here. And what that number tells us is that for this particular file, the owner of this page has checked this use this algorithm to scan the file, meaning that when we download this file, we should be able to run the same algorithm on the file and get the exact same value. If we don't get the exact same value, we know that the file is not identical to the file that they have uploaded, meaning that something can have happened during the download phase while it came from their server to our computer. It could be a malicious user that has changed the file at route. That is of course unlikely, but it can happen. But it could also be that somebody sent us a file saying that, hey, this is the original file, you just need to install this instead of download it yourself. Then you can also quickly check whether this person is actually having the original file. You can check this also using the terminal in both Mac and Windows, but here we'll just look at how we can make our own using Python. So what we need is two imports. We need to import OS, the operation system library, and then the hashlib, because we are using the hash algorithm SHA-256. So this script, when we run it, it will prompt us with a prompt where it specifies us to give it a path where it has to scan. So this script will actually scan every file in the path that we provided. I will show you an example in a minute where we can see how this works. Then it will call the check integrity method that takes in this path right here. First, it will then check whether this path that we have provided actually exists. If not, it will cast an error saying that this does not exist. We can try to see how this works. So right now I'll just input no value at all, and it will cast that directory nothing does not exist. But if we enter something, a folder, a directory that exists, then it will go through this loop where it will walk through each of the file names or each of the files in the folder. Then it will call the calculate SHA-256 method, which is our top method right here. And what that basically does is that it first specifies what algorithm to use. Remember that if you have a SHA that is calculated using another algorithm, you need to change that yourself. However, most people today use this one, but there is also a SHA-128 algorithm. But here we have the right algorithm for the file that we are going to check. Then it opens the file using just the standard Python open file method. Then it will read a chunk of the file and then it will do a break if there is no data, so meaning that it could not find the right data. But if it could find the data, it will use our SHA algorithm on that data, and then it will return the hexadecimal, so the output, which is the sum value we saw before. So let's try run this to see whether we have the right file of the Kali Linux operating system. So I've made a little folder here. I call it test SHA, and here I have put in the Kali Linux zip that I downloaded from kali.org. So this the value that our script here calculated for this should be the same value as we saw on the web page. So let's see if that is correct. So I will just copy paste here. Then first it will just scan the standard DS store, that's just for the Mac operating system. It will take a little while, but here it came saying that for this particular file, it found the following hash value. So we'll just check the beginning and the end here. Of course you need to check the entire script. I actually maybe think that I can copy this and see if it just finds. Let's see. Yeah, so it basically found that the SHA value of the file that I downloaded is the exact same as is on this web page, which is very nice. because now I know that nothing has been done to this file. However, you need to be aware of that people can also, if you are affected by a malicious user that has infiltrated your network, they can also manipulate the share value, so they can change this before it gets shown to you. So the best approach to ensure you have the right file is to take another device which is on, for example, a mobile network. It could be your mobile. Go into the page and ensure that it's the same share value, because then you know that both the file has not been corrupted, but also that nobody is manipulating with the actual web page, because the web page that will be shown on your computer is running through the same routing network as the file. So if a malicious user were to change the file, he could also change the result being displayed on the web page here before it reaches your computer.